Good afternoon. You must be James. Please come in. Welcome to the wine room.
Thank you, Claire. This room is incredible. I had no idea a restaurant could have something like this.
It is one of my favorite places in the world, honestly. Every bottle in here has a story. Please come closer and have a look around.
There are so many bottles. How do you even remember what they all are?
Years of practice and a great deal of tasting. But I will let you in on a secret. Even the best sommeliers do not memorize everything. We know how to read labels, understand regions, and ask the right questions.
That's actually a relief to hear. I was starting to feel very unprepared for this conversation.
Not at all. There are no wrong questions here. You mentioned you're hosting a dinner party for the first time. That's a wonderful reason to learn more about wine.
Yes, exactly. I want to impress my guests, but I genuinely don't know where to start. Every time I walk into a wine shop, I feel completely lost.
That feeling is incredibly common. Wine can seem very intimidating at first, but once you understand a few basic principles, everything becomes much clearer and much more enjoyable.
I'm hoping you can give me those principles today.
That's exactly what we're going to do. Let me start with the most important concept in wine, the idea of pairing. Pairing simply means matching the right wine with the right food. When the pairing is good, both the food and the wine taste better together than they do separately.
I've heard that phrase before. Red wine with red meat, white wine with fish. Is it really that simple?
Those are good starting points, but the truth is a little more interesting than that. The real principle behind pairing is about matching the weight and intensity of the food with the weight and intensity of the wine. A light, delicate fish needs a light, delicate wine. A rich, slow-cooked dish needs a fuller, more robust wine.
So it's about balance.
Exactly. Balance is everything in wine. And once you start thinking in terms of balance, your instincts become surprisingly good very quickly.
Can you tell me more about the difference between red and white wines, beyond just the color?
Of course, the most important difference you'll notice when you taste them is tannins. Tannins are natural compounds found mostly in red wine. They come from the grape skins, and they give red wine that dry, slightly grippy feeling in your mouth after you swallow.
Oh, I know exactly that feeling. I just never knew it had a name.
Most people don't. Now you know. Now, white wines generally have very low tannins, which is why they tend to feel lighter and fresher on the palate. The palate simply means your sense of taste, the way you experience flavor in your mouth.
And what about the word vintage? I see it everywhere on bottles and menus.
Vintage refers to the year the grapes were harvested. The weather conditions in any given year affect the grapes, which affects the taste of the wine. Some years produce exceptional grapes, and those bottles become very sought after.
So, two bottles from the same vineyard could taste completely different just because of the year?
They absolutely can, and that's one of the things that makes wine so endlessly fascinating. No two vintages are ever exactly the same.
That's remarkable. What about that word terroir? I've seen it in wine descriptions, but I have no idea what it means.
Terroir is a beautiful concept. It's a French word, and it refers to the complete natural environment where the grapes are grown. The soil, the climate, the altitude, the slope of the land, all of these things together give a wine its unique character and sense of place.
So, when people say a wine tastes like the place it comes from, they're talking about terroir.
Precisely. A great wine always tells you something about where it was born. That's the magic of terroir.
I love that idea. Now, for my dinner party, I'm planning a 3-course meal, a light starter, a lamb main course, and a chocolate dessert. Could you suggest a wine for each course?
What a lovely menu! For your light starter, I would suggest a crisp, dry white wine, something with good acidity to refresh the palate between bites. Acidity in wine is that bright, clean sharpness you get, similar to a squeeze of lemon.
That makes sense. And for the lamb?
Lamb is rich and full of flavor, so you want a red wine with good structure and some tannins to stand up to it. A medium to full-bodied red would be ideal, something with depth and a little earthiness to complement the meat beautifully.
And the chocolate dessert?
For dessert, you generally want a wine that's at least as sweet as the dish itself. Otherwise, the wine can taste thin and sharp by comparison. A rich dessert wine or a fortified wine with dark fruit notes would pair wonderfully with chocolate.
This is so much more logical than I expected. I feel like I have a real framework now.
That's exactly the goal. And there's one more thing worth knowing before your dinner party: decanting.
I've seen people do that in films, pouring wine into a big glass jar. What's actually happening there?
Decanting means pouring wine from its bottle into a wider vessel called a decanter. The purpose is to expose the wine to air, which opens up the aromas and softens the tannins. The wine essentially wakes up and becomes more expressive.
So it actually changes the taste?
It genuinely does, especially with older red wines or young, bold reds that need time to breathe. Even 30 minutes of decanting can make a noticeable difference.
And what about the bouquet? Is that the same as the smell?
Bouquet is the word we use for the full aromatic profile of a wine, the range of scents you detect when you bring the glass to your nose. It includes everything from fruit notes to floral notes to earthier, woodier aromas. Every wine has its own unique bouquet.
I'll definitely use that word at my dinner party. It sounds very impressive.
It will absolutely get a reaction, and the best part is you'll actually know what it means now.
Claire, I came in here feeling completely hopeless about wine, and now I feel genuinely excited about it.
That's the most wonderful thing you could say to me. Wine is one of life's great pleasures, and it should always feel welcoming, never intimidating.
Before I go, is there one piece of advice you would give to someone just starting to explore wine?
Taste as much as you can, and always pay attention to what you enjoy. Your own palate is the most important guide you have. Trust it, take notes, and never be afraid to ask questions exactly the way you did today.
That's brilliant advice. Thank you so much, Claire. This has been genuinely wonderful.
It has been a real pleasure, James. Enjoy your dinner party. And remember, the best wine is always the one shared with good company.
I'll remember that. Thank you again.
Anytime. Come back and see me whenever you need guidance. The wine room is always open.